Hey guys, how you doing? This is Rise of Flight. I've wanted to make a Let's Play series on this for so long. So today we're going to do it. If I go Western Front, I still get access to British pilots, right? Or not? Late dinner. Chippy Whippies. From the Chippy. Never had them from there before, they're really nice. Excuse me as I chomp whilst I fly. Let's go Western Front, why not? Okay, filter by plane. What do we want? We want the Newport 17C1. These all look French. The Sopwith Pup. Oh. The Sopwith Triplane. Oh my god. Sopwith Camel. Oh, we got to be doing that. So the predecessor was the Sopwith Pup. Herbert Smith. Cool. Filtered by country and by aircraft. Is it just that there are none? Is that it? Alright, let's just go. The SPAD 7.C1. Let's try that. Got a Newport there as well. British Newport. British SPAD. Okay. Let's do it. Antoine-Aimé. French military family from the south. Sounds good to me. Antoine-Aimé was born in 1891 in the city of Montpellier in the Languedoc-Roussillon region of southern France, where the Aimé family settled after France's defeat in the Franco-Prussian War. A family with a long military history, young Antoine was raised by his caring mother and his military-serving father, a former sergeant-chef in a regiment d'infanterie. The young Antoine was an avid sportsman and boxer in his young life, which made him a fit and strong young man. With his family history and his father's service, Antoine had been encouraged and coached by his father for a career in the military. The Aimé family traces its military history back to the American Revolutionary War. It's known from family records that Augustin Aimé served as a sergeant in the French forces that fought alongside the American revolutionaries in that conflict. As part of these forces, he was with the Americans during the unsuccessful siege of Savannah in October 1779, where he was killed by British militia in an ill-advised assault upon the defences. He was survived by his wife and young son. Augustin's son, Daniel Aimé, would participate in the French Revolution, the overthrow of the French aristocracy from 1789 to 1799. Daniel was to date the most militarily successful of the Aimé family, serving in nearly all of the campaigns of the Emperor Napoleon. He would end his service with the 2E Regiment de Grenadiers à Pied de la Garde Impériale as sergeant-chef, having been crippled by a howitzer shot in the Battle of Vauchamps in February 1814. Antoine's grandfather, Léon Aimé, would serve as chasseur à pied in the disastrous Franco-Prussian War of 1870 to 1871. With a desire to travel, Antoine moved to Paris in 1911, where the entire city was swept up in fervour for aviation. This piqued the interest of Antoine, and with the growing tensions in Europe, he enlisted in the war to begin his service as a humble poilu pilot. I don't know what that means. By the outbreak of war, Antoine Aimé's leadership capabilities were known to his supervisors, and he would be soon promoted. He was part of the 5th Army and the 44th Infantry Division when they went into action in the decisive defeat in the Battle of Charleroi on August 21st. 1914. It was during this battle that Aimé's platoon was almost wiped out by German machine gun fire, and he was to distinguish himself by carrying his dying sous-lieutenant out of the fighting. The battle had a deep effect on Antoine, and it would result in his desire to escape the Crown War. Because of his valorous actions in saving his sous-lieutenant, his request for a transfer was approved, and shortly after he was to head to flight training, away from the front line but no less dangerous. The proud military service of the Ami family was a great influence on the life of Antoine. His service had always been of enlisted personnel with middle-class origins. This resulted in a passing down through the years of a disdain for the French aristocracy, with the few fledgling pilot corps of the service aéronautique. This was the chance for Antoine to add further annals to the history of the Ami family. It was also a chance for him to win personal glory and recognition. The chance to fly in the clean air above the battlegrounds of France is one that Antoine Ami has embraced, leaving him with a burning desire to achieve victory in the sky. Corporal Antoine Ami joined Escadrille N26 on the 1916th September the 1st. Ooh. Caporal. Nice. Chips have gone cold now. Bloody hell. Alright. So, I think, based on the fact that it said training, we ought to go do the training. Here we go. Alright. Game on. The lesson has 3 parts. In the first part, you will have to perform a straight flight. In the first place, you have to get familiar with dimensional orientation of the plane, nose, horizon. This is the most important lesson an instructor gives to a pilot who is in the air for the first time. Hold the horizon line right over the nose in the center of the picture. Remember, artificial horizon position tells you how and where the plane is flying. The sky occupies the largest area on your screen. This means that the plane is climbing. If you see the ground, the plane is descending. In the second part of the lesson, the mission will be a bit more complex. You'll have to control your plane's heading and altitude. Don't hurry. If you are descending, push full throttle. Surely that's not right. If you are descending, push full throttle. Maybe it's because World War I throttles were backwards. So forwards was 0 throttle, backwards was 100% throttle. So maybe that's what they mean. Push full throttle to turn it off. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. In the third part of the lesson, you'll have to perform a series of sharp left and right turns. This exercise can be called snake because the plane changes flight direction rapidly. This exercise will help you in not only learning about your airplane, but it will also help you in combat when an enemy gets on your 6. Ooh. By rapidly changing your direction and altitude, you should be able to shake him off. Remember this for the next lesson and in future life. Good luck. Alright. What is this?
Yes, come in. Captain, Lieutenant John Wright reporting on duty for basic flight training. Come in and sit down.
Sounds
I'm
like the
your
same
instructor.
person.
Friends call me Eddie or Rick. And I hope you'll become not only one of my friends, but also a good pilot. And I'm going to help you with that.
Thanks, Eddie.
Lieutenant, we'll start our flight on the school board.
Yep.
I'm going to start with explaining how to control the aircraft.
Alright.
Please pay attention to the board. An airplane is controlled in 3 dimensions. Airplane rotation about the longitudinal axis is called roll. Right and left keyboard keys rotate your plane clockwise and counterclockwise correspondingly. By moving the joystick handle right and left, you get the same result as from keyboard right and left keys. The difference between the keyboard and the joystick is in more smooth and precise control of roll state by the joystick. Pitch determines how much the nose of your airplane is up or down. To raise the plane nose, press down key. To lower the plane nose, press up key. Or with a joystick, push the handle from yourself to lower the nose and pull the handle to yourself to raise the nose. Airplane rotation about the vertical axis is called yaw. To turn your plane left, press Z keyboard key. To turn the plane right, press X keyboard key. In case you're the happy owner of a 3D joystick with twist, then twisting the handle counterclockwise will turn the plane left, and twisting the handle clockwise will turn the plane right. I have to say that there are also pedals that represent real aircraft controls most closely. If you have pedals, then pressing the left one, you'll turn the plane left, and pressing the right one, you'll turn the plane right. And remember this, left foot, left turn. Right leg, right turn. And one more thing that you need to know is engine control. Generally, the speed of your plane means life. Remember, while your plane has speed, it flies. When it doesn't, it falls. Speed for a fighter plane means life. You can and you need to manage your engine in flight. To raise RPM, press plus key. And to lower RPM, press minus key. If your joystick is equipped with throttle control, then move it from you to raise the RPM and pull it to you to lower the RPM.
That's the opposite of how it works in this game.
Pressing E key. Remember, pitch is whether the nose of your plane is up or down. Roll is rotation of plane about longitudinal axis. Yaw is turning of plane about vertical axis. Throttle is engine control and therefore airplane speed control.
Right.
I see that your face is a bit sad. Was it difficult? No, sir, not at all. I've remembered everything and I think I'll handle it. I also think so. As a matter of fact, it's pretty easy to control this bird. That's why, John, I think we need to check how you've learned this lesson. Come along to the plane.
Remember, left foot to turn left, right leg to turn right. Whoa, what's going on here? That plane was out of control. Right, we're flying. Okay. Fly straight, okay. That's not me doing it. Nose horizon. These chips, man, they're amazing. Jesus Christ, that was loud. Okay, slight problem, my head tracking won't reset. I have control of the aircraft. Where's the throttle in this thing? I just want to show you how it's reversed. There it is. So if I put it in the middle, you can see it's slow, and if I pull it towards me, it's fast. So in that tutorial, they completely sold you a curveball. Because if you push it forward, you'll stop the engine. That's not what you want. I've been flying a lot of Microsoft Flight Simulator recently, and I have to say it is far from stable. This. Let me try that again. I'll do that in English as well. So, Rise of Flight, I am constantly having to adjust the aircraft and control the aircraft because there's no trim. There's none of that fancy stuff. Let's move to the second part. Okay. So I don't know why my head tracking isn't working. Let me just... Hopefully that's fixed it. Okay, what are we doing? There we go. Now I can look forwards. Hurrah! How do I get rid of all this heads up, speed, altitude data? Oh, look at this. Drop the engine a bit. We don't want to go too fast. 160 kilometers an hour. I don't know what that means in English. Wow, these old planes struggle to climb, they really do. Small but constant adjustments on the joystick to try and keep some level of control. Come on. How many have we got left? 3 more. Okay. Pretty easy stuff. Let's have a look around. Fantastic. I tell you what, this game really is very impressive considering its age. It looks fantastic, and I feel like the flight model is just superb. And even the damage modelling on the aircraft is really quite impressive. Okay, third part of the lesson. Time for a chip. A celebratory chip. A series of sharp left and right turns. Alrighty, time for the rudder. I wonder if I can do it with just the rudder. Whoa! Completely didn't see it. There you go, just the rudder. Very slightest amount of roll. Just to encourage it to make that turn. And I guess we're going to go back to the left. I'm actually going to have to reduce the engine slightly because we're going too fast. Back to the right. Whoa, very right this time. Now we need lots of engine power. Oh yeah, wow, this is getting a bit more intense. Get that engine speed down a little bit. Swing in there nice and tight. There we go, that's the way to do it. This one could be tricky though. Oh, like a legend, look at this. Woohoo! Lesson 1 completeth. Hello Abe, Chuck, whatever your name is.
Great job, John.
Thanks.
Mission accomplished. Now we can go over to the new one. The way to go.
Now what? Your first flight and instrument panel. Alright. Now it's time for you to... Now it's time for your first solo flight. Oh, cool. Takeoff and landing, one of the most important phases of flight. The first solo flight is usually... Oh my god. But don't relax. Perform each takeoff and landing as your first. Be careful and attentive. Only then the number of your takeoff will equal the number of your landings. That's a cool way of putting it. Taking off takes concentration. Gain some speed, keep the plane directly straight during takeoff run. The tendency of a plane to turn can be countered by rudder. In the moment of takeoff, Gently pull back the control stick towards yourself. Never hurry on landing approach. Remember, if the approach has failed, you better repeat it again, because it's better to make another extra circle than make another extra tomb in the ground. When leveling off, watch your speed. Always keep it a little higher, just in case. Alright. Cool. Takeoff. First turn, second turn, third turn, fourth turn. Land it. Oh my god. No pressure. And this is how they did it in World War One. Like, off you go. Good luck.
Yes, come in. Lieutenant John Wright reporting on duty for further training. At ease, John. I'm pleased by your can-do spirit. But remember, the most important thing, it's not the rules and discipline that you need the most in aviation, but knowledge and good understanding of what you're doing. Even we, the experienced pilots, sometimes have doubts when flying these war machines. And that means only the one who has more knowledge and can use this knowledge to beat the opponent can fly and fight successfully. Understood, Captain. I'll always try to remember this. Excellent, John. But today we have to learn
Japanese.
a lot more. You might suspect what is awaiting you today after the successful previous mission. I hope to be granted full control of the plane from takeoff to landing. Exactly so. Let's begin. To be a good pilot, you need to know not only how to control the plane, but also what is happening with the plane. We've learned to control the plane. Now, you need to learn the main gauges that will tell you what's going on with the plane.
Surely we do that the other way around.
Is the airspeed indicator. Yep. Speed is life for a plane. That's why you have to pay special attention to this gauge. In flight, keep your speed between 80 and 300 kilometers an hour. Later, I'm going to tell you more about speed. RPM, revolutions per minute indicator, shows the number of engine RPM and is indirectly concerned with the airspeed. Remember, push the throttle from you, the plane flies faster. Pull it, the plane flies slower. That's how you can manage the engine and control the airspeed. The next, not less important gauge is the altimeter. I can't tell you about the minimum altitude. You can figure that out for yourself what happens with a plane at 0 altitude. Also remember that altitude influences your engine operation. At high altitudes, the air that the engine needs to work has a lower density. The engine starts to choke because of the lack of air, therefore the engine power drops and the RPM decreases. Well, that's about it about plane controls. Now about your task for today. Now you have to perform a circle flight with takeoff and landing. After takeoff, you'll proceed through the checkpoints. After passing one checkpoint, proceed to the other, and so on until landing. Now, let's take a look at these steps in detail. After you have started and warmed up the engine, increase the RPM to the maximum. The plane starts gaining speed and soon picks up the tail. Hold takeoff direction using pedals. When you've reached 80 kilometers an hour, smoothly pull control stick towards you and the plane will slowly take off the ground. Remember, no harsh moves with the stick. Reach 150 meters altitude. Control your speed and heading. Turn to the next checkpoint. After you pass the first checkpoint, start turning left towards the next checkpoint. Control your speed and altitude. Continue from one checkpoint to another until you pass the whole route. Now you have to land. After the final turn, start descending and lower the engine RPM so that the plane is not accelerating but also isn't losing speed. Control your speed, altitude, and heading of descent. When 5 to 10 meters above the ground, level the wings of your plane and smoothly pull the control stick towards you to force the plane into a level flight at an altitude of not more than 1 meter. Hold the control stick in this position and decrease the throttle completely. The plane will lose speed on its own and land. Remember, when you're doing this, the altitude must not be too high. When the tail touches the ground, fully pull the control stick towards you. Keep the direction of the run using pedals. That's how easy your today's mission is. It really isn't that easy as it seemed to be. Don't be upset before you try. The main quality of a fighter pilot is self-confidence. You can and must be controlled. All the rest is your skill and knowledge. Now let's go to the plane. Come on, John. More confidence. You'll do it just fine. Remember the main things. Speed, altitude, and attention. My hints will help you to accomplish this mission. Good luck. Yes, sir.
Are they my ears sticking out of that thing? I do love these intros. They're really cool. Okay, clear my throat. Focus my brain. I'm a little bit nervous about the landing thing. I hadn't really thought about it up until now. So, yeah. Could be fun. Could be interesting. Yes, first, second, third, and then land. Yeah. Fourth and landing descent. You want me to land in the tent? Are you serious? Wow, there's not a lot of room for error there, is there? Oh. Okay. Start the engine. I wonder if I can do that myself. Is this stuff clickable? No, it's not clickable, is it? I thought for a second I might be able to do it myself. Alrighty, so I'm guessing straight ahead. No brakes. I cannot see a damn thing. Okay, I see a circle. Let's aim for that. 80 kilometers, then take off. There we go. Took me a little while to figure out where my speedometer was. Airspeed indicator. Right, so we're going 150 meters, and then we want to keep it around about. I got 15 minutes to finish the mission. What? Good, proceed to the second mission marker. We're on it. We're on it like a car bonnet. Okay, we're going way too fast. Doing 160 kilometers an hour. We want to be doing more sort of 100. Nice controlled slow flight to the next marker. There we go. Shaky at the back there. Come on, bring it round. There we go. I would love to fly one of these aircraft, I really would. Okay, so our speed is down to, say, 120. A smidge over. That's pretty good. Holding altitude, 120, I'm quite happy with 120. I think that's the speed we're supposed to come in and fly 1 meter off the ground at. That's the bit that's making me most nervous. I'm going to fly just 1 meter off the ground. We're a little bit low here. Oh, our speed is dropping. We need full power just to get through this marker. I'm going to have to sort it out again. Set the throttle to 1200 RPM. Okay, where's the throttly thing? Is that it over there? Where is the throttly thing? I swear to God, I don't know where the tachometer is. Oh, we're barely holding height here. Right, here we go then. We're at 100. Oh my gosh. 120. Let's ease off the throttle a bit more. We're so going to hit that We're so going to hit that tent thing there. What a stupid place to put us in to land. Okay, 1 meter off the ground at 120. That's not scary at all. Power off. Oh my bouncy god. Oh my bouncy god. I forgot to record this again. We are down. And spinning. Oh, don't roll. Oh. That's quite intense.
Great job, John. Mission accomplished. Now we can go over to the new one. The way to go.
Now we could go over to the new one. Right, job done. Absolutely flying through these here. Naturally talented.